So off day one, break-in hike, getting ready for Thru-hike 2020 of the Appalachian Trail. Started at Weverton, just north of Harper's Ferry. Day one, Kelly is got all my food, so I'm cutting 10 pounds, kind of cheating, slack packing a bit. She'll pick me up tonight, and then tomorrow I'll go in for another 5 days. I said 6 days total, hoping to get to Duncannon, but that's probably over ambitious. That's 125 miles in 6 days. That's a bit much. But we'll just see what I can do. So this is White Rocks. Pretty. Look at this trail. We had this every day. I could do 20s every day. Almost there, half a mile. I'll be at 40 alternate, where Kelly and the dog are waiting to take me to a hotel and a bed and a pool. Okay. All right, day two. I dropped off here. Heading that way. A little more slack packing till lunch, then Kelly will leave, and I'm out here for another 6 days. So let's see. 5 miles until I meet up with her for a hike up Annapolis Rocks. I don't know who the Maryland maintainers are, but they love steps. Look at all of these. I guess otherwise this will be a rut the whole way down. Ever since I got into Maryland, you see them everywhere. This is just north of Washington Monument, heading up to I-70 to meet Kelly and Miller and head up to Annapolis Rocks. Alright, so now we are at I-70. Came right between these two guys' yards, which is not the way I remember this trail going before. And we'll go down here to the bridge. Ooh, pavement.
We'll come in your lap. Well, just take them home. And the most important part. Fancy carrots. Anybody want some dried food?
Well, this is pretty. Looks like I might get rained on. So I decided to go on It is 4:14 and I have 4 miles to go before the last shelter in Maryland. I didn't remember that you had to camp at designated shelters in Maryland, so don't forget that. You have to stay at designated campgrounds or designated shelters. So this is the last one in 4 miles. Feeling kind of beat. I am about 16 miles in, 15 miles in for the day. Hopefully I'll get to this one in 2 hours because I'm moving kind of slow. Last overlook. 8/10 of a mile from Raven's Roost or Nest or whatever it is. Little side trail to this. Nice. So here's High Rocks. I'm only about 1.5 miles in for the day. It's a hang glider port full of graffiti. But definitely a nice place to stop and take a look. Kind of wish they didn't have all the graffiti, but hey. Go down here, I'll give you a view. So it's got road access. Apparently they use it for hang gliding launching and paragliding launching. Shooting for 20 today, we'll see how it goes. Why do people feel the need to do this? All over the rocks here. I guess you should just be nice to your kids and your grandson, they'll know it. Don't need to spray paint it on a rock. Penmar Park. Nice bathrooms and water over there. Beautiful camping spot just after Penmar, just north of Penmar. Nice little hammock hang there, just before you cross the bridge northbound. Time for some thoughts, I guess, for myself. Just north of Caledonia. I've been pulling pretty solid 18, 19s, well 19s the last 2 days. Pretty comfortable. Gear seems to be okay. I like the pack. Food. Like usual, I'm having a hard time actually keeping food down. Not down, but getting it down. I never like to eat when I do this or run marathons. But I gotta fix that. Hammock setup works great. Bug net's a little irritating. I gotta do something about that when I get home. Shoes feel good. All in all, been a pretty good trip. I think where I'm sitting now, I'm at about maybe 40 miles, not quite, a little more, 42 maybe miles from the hotel I'm going to stay in Thursday night. I decided to stop short of Duncannon at Carlisle just to get cleaned up for our trip to Bonaire the next day. Alright, it's getting rocky. Rocksylvania. Sucks. Slows you down so much. Some kind of marker just north of Milburn Cabin. My map says 1092, so I'm not quite sure what that is unless it's the old 1100 marker. I mean, come on, I could drive my car down here. Not complaining. It's a nice break after the rocks we've been having most of the day. Right now I'm like 11 miles and it's 2 o'clock. Had a nice long 45-minute lunch break at the cabin. I've been pushing hard the last couple of days. I'm still trying to get in just shy of 20. That'll give me a break tomorrow so I don't have to push as hard tomorrow. And besides, the next shelter, well, the next shelter's in a couple miles. That's too early. The next shelter after that puts me in probably around 6:30. And that'll work. This is just ridiculously easy trail. I feel like I should be out here running, not walking. Should be coming up on the ceremonial halfway point on the Appalachian Trail. If only I had started at Springer. So just passed a sign saying in 2 weeks they're going to use herbicide in here to get rid of this invasive plant. Looks more like you're walking in a jungle than in Pennsylvania. Look at the trees. Here's a close-up of it. It is everywhere. And this is just south of Pine Grove. It's pretty amazing. It's absolutely everywhere. So here's my luck. This is Pine Grove Furnace or Pine Furnace General Store, the home of the famous half-gallon challenge. So thru-hikers come here after they complete the halfway mark. And they have a half-gallon of ice cream or just food. Full service breakfast would have been wonderful. Of course, today is September 4th. Oh well, Pop-Tarts it is. But it is a pretty little park. Bathrooms over there. Nice shady pavilion to take a nap. And electronics charging station. Yes. Nice little place to swim. I wasn't in kind of a hurry, which I know I shouldn't be, but I really wouldn't mind hitting that general store for lunch. I might actually go in there. Just got disconnected from Kelly after telling her the trail was pretty easy today. Look at this. I know it's hard to tell, but that's straight up. Yay. Now we're getting firmly into Rocksylvania. At least on this hill so far, they're not making us go over and through that. Well, here's my tarp setup in porch mode. So a DIY hammock with whoopee slings and then Dutch clips, Dutch beetles, and then a DIY tarp, just a 12-foot hex tarp. Not the best sewing in the world, but it works. And just continuous ridge line. What I really love is Dutch's, I forget what they're called. These little clips are great. Makes setup easy. So, started out this morning, a little late because I don't want to get in but so early to the hotel. Started out at the stealth site, which I really prefer to the shelters. But the cool thing with packing up this morning is just getting ready to leave, and a Sobo hiker started June 4th named One Step. Stopped by, started talking. He's a retired battalion chief out of Bradenton, Florida. It's pretty cool to see somebody else in a similar profession wanting to go. Said he's had a good time. He said I should consider southbound. He said he's been by himself most of the time. Had shelters to himself every now and then. I don't know, something to consider. So things I need to work on. The bug net. I need something different with it. I think it's too narrow, so it's stopping me from getting on a complete lean like I want. I think the soap container, I might go with the toque so I have the ability to heat if I wanted to heat. The tabbouleh was horrible. The rice and beans weren't good either. Well, the rice and beans weren't bad. But that Israeli couscous was wonderful. Having the lemon juice to put inside it was great. Tarp worked great. I like that whole setup. I like the hammock in general. It was good. The battery bank needs to change. I probably need every bit of that power as much as I like to look at gut hooks and everything else, but it needs to be able to charge faster. So I have to go to one of the PD, like one of the Anchor PD versions. Well, the clothing was good. Didn't have any real issues. Shoes are fine. They're about toast now. Oh, new pocket for my phone on my shoulder strap. I've dropped that thing at least twice every day. Once in the water. So I'm thinking like a pouch with a flap with Velcro or something over the top to keep it in. That's about it. This is where I was originally going to stay last night. At the end of the White Rocks Trail. About another mile from where I did stop. Been nicer for tents, but I see hangs in there. Those two trees would be great. Maybe I should have done it, but choices. So I'm coming into the lowlands. Should be in Boiling Springs in the next half hour. From here on out up till Carlisle, it's supposed to be flat. No water after we leave Boiling Springs. But that's only going to be about 8 miles, maybe 10 miles. I think 8 miles. But different scenery. And a cornfield. I'm home, back in Delaware, cornfields. Well, that's kind of pretty. I believe this is Appalachian Trail. It's not all green tunnel. Pretty Pennsylvania farmland. And this is northbound the AT. Just coming out of Boiling Springs. We're about a mile north. Very pretty, very different, but definitely the easiest section of trail I've ever seen. It's cruise. Apparently this was a road walk years ago until they bought this section. So at least now you're not out in the sun all the time. Somewhere around 6 miles and I'm done for this trip. Some more farmland right next to people's houses. Little style. So Boiling Springs was a pretty cool town. The Cafe 101, great breakfast. Matter of fact, Kelly gets here early enough tomorrow, I might try to go back there. They've done a nice job with getting rid of this road walk. It's pretty. Different. People all around. That's okay, it's a nice change. Looking forward to a shower, that's for sure. Pennsylvania Turnpike. Driven under this enough times. I love the sign. Great. Great. Smells wonderful. Idyllic little house. I guess be idyllic little house. I don't think he wants anyone breaking in his house. Good for him. So, I'm sure you can hear all the trucks and industrial noise. I'm coming up on US 11 in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. That will be the end of this section hike. So it was around 100 miles for 6 days, or 4 full days and 2 half days. I think everything turned out pretty well. Now I'm going to head into town, get a hotel, get cleaned up for my trip. Alright, Quality Inn. A lot of the hotels are on this side. I'm going on this side to Sheets and then my hotel. So there's a trail here to get you onto the south side. That's the way I'm going to go. That's the end. A little bit of culture shock, even after only a weekend there. But nice wide shoulder. There's the Quality Inn up there. I'm going to the Red Roof.